Hello, everybody. Welcome to Live Community Review Sunday edition. Thanks, everybody, for joining and welcome. Happy Sunday, happy Easter, happy 420, and all that good stuff. And if it's Monday for you already, happy Monday. I hope you had a good Easter. And yeah, welcome, everybody. This is Live Community Review. This is a live event we do here in the Indie Music Feedback Discord group, and everybody gets to share one song up to 7 minutes long, and we will give you feedback in real time on your music. So it can be any style of music, any genre, any skill level. You can be a beginner or a master. It can be something you just started writing, or it can be something that's finished, or you're mixing it, or anything in between. And so when it's your turn, just let us know where your song is at in the process, if you're still writing it, or if you need mixing help, or if it's already released and you're looking for just like general feedback. We can do all of those things for you. Just let us know what you want to hear from us, and we will do that. We will do our best anyway. And when it's not your turn, we just ask that everybody gives feedback on every song, so plan to stick around the whole time. Actually, we got kind of a small group today, so that should not be much of an ask. And yeah, so that just as long as everybody's participating the whole time, then everyone will give feedback, and it'll be a good time. And we just ask that everybody keeps the feedback constructive and helpful. So it's okay to have critical feedback and to disagree. Sometimes that's exactly what a song needs. But yeah, we just ask that you keep it constructive and helpful. So if you have a different idea for a song for somebody, you can present it in a way that you know, gives them an option to try something different. That's always great. But yeah, just keep it cool and constructive, and we're a very encouraging and constructive and helpful group. So yeah, you'll get a lot of help here, and yeah, welcome to everybody. So yeah, with all of that said, yes, go ahead and resubmit, Koyomi, no problem. Yes, where was I? So yeah, all that said, just keep it constructive and helpful, and everyone have a good time. So yeah, when it's your turn, just have something ready to go to say about it, and then we'll know what kind of feedback to give you. And so first up today, we have Kirby Cat. Excited to hear this one. It looks like it's called Neuralink. Okay. So he says, so it's very raw and most of the vocals are still kind of gibberish. I'm a big fan of the vibe I created in this track. I still need to work on mixing and finalizing the vocals. Any feedback is great. All right, beautiful. Here is Kirby Cat kicking things off. Give me just a second.
Something deep inside, everybody's in their mind, singing song by looking bird.
All right, that was Kirby Cat kicking things off. That was a banger. Love that. That was really good. I love the vocals. That repeating wow, yeah, loved it. Loved the vocals. I love the bass and the drums too. A lot of really good energy, and yes, JW, you can join, no problem. We still have room. Yeah, I just love the energy. I love the arrangement and the flow of the song. I think it was all really good. So yeah, I guess just like general like mixing, polishing it up, I guess finishing writing the lyrics if some of it is still gibberish, but I love that track. That was really, really good. Love the energy, love the vocals, love the drums, love the bass. Yeah, great stuff. So yeah, thank you for going first today and for bringing the energy. And next up today we have Eno. Right? Yeah, 2 people rolled 10, but Eno's first. Okay, Eno says, hey everyone, this is a new track I'm working on called Corporate Monsters. If you've ever had a bad job in the past, then this is what this song is about, basically. This is the first mix and still more to add. All feedback welcome. I just watched Office Space this week. It was on TV and I was cracking up. I love that movie. All right, anyway, here is Corporate Monsters from Eno. Here we go.
Any other questions?
Oh, can you tell me if there's something that you're not good at, or maybe something that you're scared of?
Something I'm scared of? Well, I suppose monsters.
The corporation drains you slowly. The monster hides within. A parasitic
All right, that was Eno with Corporate Monsters. I really like that. I like the whole concept, and I like the lyrics, and I love the vocals in that one. And I think just in general, things can be just a touch louder, not like crazy loud because it's kind of a more chill song, but I think just a touch louder in general, just on all the elements, for just like a little more confidence sounding on them. And I think it's mostly there personally. I think someone had like a strings idea, which is really good, but yeah, other people have some good ideas, but this one I really like, and I like the minimalist atmospheric vibe really works for it. So I think if things are just touched a little louder and just like that mixing, polish, and master, then everything can just kind of pop and shine, without, you don't have to like crank it loud, but just like, just that like confidence of everything being mixed and at the right level and stuff. So, yeah, I'm just reading other people's feedback too. Cool. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this one. This is like classic Eno stuff, and but yeah, with the kind of that upbeat like drum sample feeling that you've been mixing in more. So yeah, love it. Definitely love that one. And for anybody who's not keen on it, Siege of Sound just started back up. It's just a songwriting sample flip type of competition, or sometimes it's sample flip, sometimes it's more of just a theme. But anyway, it's started back up, and our very own Catalyst, aka Sonic Catalyst, provided some awesome samples and guitars and vocals and stuff to use to craft a song, and we got a week to do it. So if that sounds fun to you, go check out the Siege of Sound. Let me just link it here real quick. Oops, I gotta use pound. Then check that out and join us. It will be fun. And we have a listening party next weekend, I think. So, or Monday, I think. Next Monday. Anyway, yes, everyone check it out. And there's an awesome sample. I haven't even listened to all the samples yet. I only got through like half of them, but there's some really cool stuff I'm excited to start playing with. Anyway, that's enough about that. Next up, we have Apabri. Sorry, I didn't say that very well. Yeah, you are up next. Let us know about your track, and yeah, welcome. Okay, they say my song is planned to be the first song on a new project I'm working on. It's all instrumental for now, but there will be vocals. I haven't done them yet. Any thoughts or feedback would be great. All right, awesome. Here is Apabri. All right, that was Aubrey Albabri, and yeah, that was great. That was great energy. I loved the kind of crushed mix. I do think there's yeah, it sounds like you're using a clipper or like a limiter super hard at some point. I would just ease up just like the tiniest bit, not much, because I love the crushed super aggressive sound, but I think that's part of the problem you're having with like the cymbals, is they're getting kind of clipped off a little bit and distorted in a way that's like certain things it sounds great, and then certain things it sounds a little bit scratchy still. So I would say, yeah, I feel like if you're using a clipper on just the drums, I would just ease it up a little bit so that you're not crushing it quite so hard, but just a little bit. And then I would say like the balance for me was like the drums could come down a little bit overall and the instrumental come up just a little bit, just in general, as like a general mix adjustment. And let's see, that's about it. I really liked the arrangement and the flow of the song, and again, I really love the like super aggressive clipped limited sound. I think it sounds really cool. I think it was just like slightly overdone on the drums, especially the cymbals, like people were saying, and the snare had a little bit more harshness on it than it needed, but just a little bit. But yeah, overall I really liked that, and I really like what you did, and the kind of chiptune lead that comes in, I really like that. I wouldn't say it was full on chiptune, but just that kind of like bit crushed lead, really liked that too. So yeah, great stuff. Thank you for sharing, and thanks for joining today, and I really liked that. Thank you. And let's see, next up today we have Nick 8 Rocks Velvet. Okay, they say no new original tunes here, just a music arrangement from 4 years ago. Yes, my own Sega Genesis arrangement of Funny Bunny by the Pillows from the anime FLCL, Fooly Cooly, dated July 3rd, 2021, from my old abandoned YouTube channel that was made in LMMS first and then ported to Defomask. I was initially hesitant on sharing it because of the mixed reception from the video itself, which is now unlisted, and my relationship with modern anime has become bitter in recent years, but I decided to just show it regardless. The first half is faithful to the original song, with a more original rock organ solo, while the second part is more industrial and jazz inspired. This is because at the time I got really bored of doing this arrangement, so I added some more originality into the mix. A very controversial move because anime fans don't like change, but who am I to judge? Yes, many fans are like this. Okay, here we go. Here is Nick 8 Rocks Velvet. All right, that was Nick Cave Rocks Velvet. I really like that one. Maybe it was the Genesis sounds that I was so drawn to on that one, but yeah, I really like that one. I like the flurry of notes on those arpeggios, and yeah, it was kind of an overwhelming experience by the end, but I think it was good. I enjoyed it. And let's see, what was I? So the beginning, I really liked the glide or portamento on that lead. I thought that sounded really cool. And then when it blew up in the middle, I really liked that section. That was just kind of where it got a little chaotic and fun. And then I really liked the jazzy kind of Latin feel at the end. I think that was a great idea to bring in the jazzy feel and kind of bring a new spirit to it to keep it moving and fresh. So personally, I think that was a good thing, even though I'm not a purist to the original anime, so I'm more open-minded, I suppose, as just listening for the music. But yeah, and then the end, I really liked the glitched out kind of like hand drum type percussion sound. That sounded really cool. All the like filtering and stuff on that. Really liked that. So yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot. There was a lot of things to love, and you did bring the low end at the end. That was definitely full fidelity there at the end. So yeah, good stuff. I loved it. All right, so next up today we have Koyomi. I need to download your newer one. Let me get that. Excuse me. Get this. No, don't do that. Okay, got that. Okay, Koyomi says, so switching it up from the last 2 weeks, this is an orchestral track I got, inspired from a certain Hoyoverse game. Take a guess. This is made in MuseScore as usual. The theme is about a boy who goes on to become a hero, and that's kind of it. I want feedback on instrumentation, composition, orchestration, and overall vibe. I didn't really get to humanize or mix it, so it's all very MIDI-like still. Thanks in advance. All right. Awesome. Here is Koyomi. All right, that was Kaomi going back to some orchestral vibes. It's been a few weeks since we heard some of that. Yeah, good stuff. I really, really like the piano, especially in that one. Very, very nice piano melodies. And I would say, I don't know, I just feel like maybe there's room for like a battle or something in there. Or like more, I guess, more dramatic of a dramatic section, I guess. And let's see, that's 2 minutes long, right? Yeah, a little over 2 minutes. So I think there's room for like one dramatic, like, big moment, but I don't know, maybe that would ruin the more majestic and heroic feel. So I don't want to ruin it. Maybe that's act 2 that comes next. So yeah, but yeah, good to hear going back to your roots. And I would say it sounds kind of like louder and more confident, just as like something that's just a work in progress straight off of MuseCore. So I don't know if you did anything different with how you're arranging stuff in there now or whatever, but it sounded loud and good, and I just wanted to say that yeah, it was sounding good just straight off the MIDI. So that's a good thing. Hopefully that's just you know, getting better at the whole process start to finish. So good stuff. Yeah, thanks for sharing. And let's see who's next up today. Next up, we have Catalyst, aka Sonic Catalyst. If anyone's confused where the Sonic went, it's just Catalyst. Okay, and Catalyst says, and now for something completely different. This is called Smoke and Fire. I'm looking for any and all feedback, especially on the timing and vocal flow, as it's written in a time signature I don't normally use. The lyrical content may change a bit. The guitars are written using an octave pedal, blended under a 7-string tuned to drop G for a feeling of being tuned much lower than it is. Let me know what you think, and I hope you enjoy. All right. This is going to be epic, I think. Here is Smoke and Fire. All right, that was Catalyst. That was amazing. I don't think I would have really noticed the time signature thing if you didn't notice it, or if you didn't warn us about it. So I think the flow was good. It's hard to use those odd time signatures without it feeling odd, and this one felt totally normal to me. So sorry, excuse me. But yeah, I really liked the track and the vocals and the song, and there was like a few vocal lines. I think she could have held the note a little longer, but I think the male voice sounded really good. And yeah, as far as like the timing of the vocal lines and stuff, I think it was all sounding good to me. Just I thought some of her notes could have been held a little bit longer in the like verse section, I guess you would call it. But that was all that I really noticed on that. And yeah, overall it just sounded like really, really good. The drums were mixed really, really well. Some people mentioned the snare. It sounded good to me. The kick sounded huge and maybe like like 1 dB too loud, but I only thought that when I went in the other room, and it sounded like maybe the kick was just like, yeah, like maybe 1 dB too loud, but I don't know. I really like loud kicks, so I think it works loud too. So yes, yeah, great stuff, really good. And yeah, again, Catalyst provided all these samples for the Siege of Sound event, so if you liked any bit of that, you will absolutely love the samples that they provided. I was thinking that synth, really like that arpeggiated synth in there, but I would turn it down a little bit. It was a little bit loud. Synths can be super loud. But yeah, that was it. That was all my notes. Okay, awesome. Thank you for sharing. That was amazing. And next up, we have Papa Wheelie, who's really good to see you here today. Yeah, Papa Wheelie says, it's been a while since I have something to submit. Life has been busy in a good way. That's good to hear. Eggs, bacon, and strawberries is me really trying to lean into the lo-fi style. Let me know if you feel like it nails the vibe of lo-fi hip-hop and jazz, as well as any other feedback about anything. Additionally, I'm trying to decide if it needs one little extra thing. Let me know if you agree. All right. Awesome. Here's Papa Wheelie.
Yes, I want strawberry waffle with extra warm syrup. And I want eggs, bacon, and strawberries. Blueberries and Coke, root beer and lemonade, right?
You sure that's it? You can order more. I told you anything you want.
I actually want extra bacon. Lots of bacon. And fresh jelly. Don't forget that.
Got all that? You got money to pay for this?
Extra bacon.
You got money to pay for this?
All right, that was Papa Wheelie. Oh, did I just mess it up? No, we're good. Okay. Great to have you back here and to hear you are still going down this lo-fi road. I really like the combination of your clarinet and jazzy piano stuff with the hip-hop beats. I think it works really, really well, and this is no exception. I think the piano was too bright for lo-fi. I would just shave off like all the highs, and I think it would work better. But I really, really like the piano melody and the lines that it does. And then the clarinet I really love in that one. It almost sounds like an oboe or something on this one. It's really cool. And I would say I would try like a bassier kick, but I don't know, I guess you could really easily overdo it, especially for lo-fi. But I was kind of hoping there was like a little more low end to the kick or the bass, one or the other, just for a little more of the low end. But that was, for me, I think all that was mostly missing mix wise, not necessarily missing, but something you could try adding anyway. Jazz bassoon. But yeah, I think overall though, I really like the vibe and the groove of the track. I think it's a good groove, and yeah, good stuff. So yeah, good to have you back, and hopefully some good feedback to get that one over the finish line. And next up today we have Narrow Elf. I've got, there it is. Dun, dun, dun. I hope we didn't lose them. It's been a minute, but they were here. Oh, did I miss? Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are not here. Narrow Elf is not here. Yeah, I totally missed somebody saying they were leaving. So I believe that is the case. So that means next up is Cariad. Yes, Cariad is up next. Yeah, sorry to jump ahead and surprise you. Okay, Cariad says, "Morning, y'all. I made this track for the Siege of Sound competition last week using a bunch of samples from the fabulous Stripey. I am very new to self-production world, and this is the first song I've put together with me flying solo behind the wheel. It's still a work in progress, but any feedback is welcome. Simple tech terms would be helpful." All right. Awesome. Here is Cariad.
Take a look at us now. I can't seem to figure it out. No, you got me running in circles, baby, falling over my feet somehow. Oh yeah, and it's a cruel game we've been playing, and it's true. I cannot resist it, no. I keep on telling me it's over, baby, I'm done. Oh, but then I hear you say, are you gonna be there in the morning? Are you gonna be the light in my eye? You've got me questioning what's always been on my mind. And I've been feeling like there's nothing left to hold on to. No, no, it's just this cruel game we've been playing, and you know I can't resist you, no. And now you're telling me it's over, we're done. Oh, oh. You wanna hear me say, are you gonna be there in the morning? Are you gonna be the light in my eyes? Well, maybe if you show me that it's worth it, I'm not gonna be the one to say goodbye, baby, goodbye.
All right, that was Cariad. Yeah, that was from the Siege of Sound. I keep bringing it up because I want everyone to join it. But yeah, that was great. I really like that song. I really like the vocals. I love all those layers of the background vocals. They were really shining there at the end of the song. But yeah, great stuff, and great job with the production. I think mixing, we can help you learn that as you go. It takes a while, I guess, to learn mixing, but it's just all about balance. I would say, yeah, if that got like mastered as is, the vocals would probably be too loud compared to the instrumental. So for as far as like pushing the mix forward, yeah, I would say I would work on bringing the instrumental up without being like super muddy and stuff. So that's kind of the challenge of getting stuff loud, is to like get everything loud and proud without being all muddy and distorted. So yeah, I would say like particularly the main drum beat loop I would make a little bit louder, but it sounds like it'll get kind of muddy pretty quick with everything else. So maybe like scooping an EQ on the low mids, like 250 would help with that drum loop. But yeah, happy to help with more of the mixing process if you want. Just let me know. And yeah, so anyway, that was Cariad, and next up we have Dude Boot. Let me make sure this song works first. Yes, I did it right. Okay. Okay. Dude Boot says, this is a track I made a couple days ago for my new R&B album. and I actually interpolated a melody from an iconic 2000 song. So hopefully y'all can guess what song it is. The feedback I mainly need is mixing and production based. I'm trying to get the mix to sound as clean as possible. All right, there's nothing cleaner than a Dude Boot mix. All right, here we go. Here is Dude Boot.
Try not to be content without my boo. Feeling oh so crazy when I think of you. Floating like a feather when your head don't know whether you can follow through. But I don't know how to act when you do what you do. No matter what I do, all I think about is you. Even though you're still my boo, I'm feeling crazy without you.
All right. Okay, that was Dude Boot. Really like that one. I love the homage to the, or what do you call it, interpolating another song. Yeah, this is a very good use of that compared to some that kind of ruined the old one. This one is the opposite. It just is like makes you really happy to hear that melody call back. I do have some mixing advice. Let's see. So I was hearing for the instrumental, the main piano sound, I would pull out some of the mids, like the 500 hertz. It's just very heavy in like the very tonal part of the sound, like the what do you call that, the fundamental frequency. So yeah, I would turn down the mids on that main piano sound, and then I would turn the vocals down overall. They're kind of a little bit loud hitting the limiter. I really like where the drums are at. I think the drums sound really good, and the kick especially sounds really solid. And then I think just the reverb on the whole track I would turn down. Like if the reverb's on a return, I would just turn that return volume down like a couple of dB, because it sounds like the reverb kind of gets like washed and then like hits the limiter in a weird way. And I think it's making your mids sound kind of like pushed But anyway, I would just turn the reverb track itself down like 2 or 3 dB, and it'll be like a little bit more of like a subtle, pretty sound instead of kind of like, it's like doing this weird like pump thing, like where it's hitting after the. Anyway, that's what I would try. But it's super close. I just have like those couple of things to tweak, and I think it's gonna sound really, really, really good. But yeah, hopefully that is helpful and gets you over the finish line. I really like that track. I really, 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 really like that one. So yeah, great job. And next up, we have JW, who I think I forgot to download. But it's going super quick. Okay, yes, so next up is JW. Okay, JW says, hello, this one's called You Are Not Real, featuring the legendary Risa on viola and vocals. Nice, okay. I've never made a symphonic black metal before, so I'm a bit out of my depths. I've been working on it sporadically for 7 years. It's gone through about 9 different versions, and I think it's finally at a place where I like it. Mix is nowhere near done, so sorry if it's a bit muddy. Mainly looking for feedback on composition and song structure. All right, here is JW featuring Risa. All right, that was JW featuring Risa. Yeah, I really like that one. I think it's good structure and arrangement of the song. I mean, structure. And I like the Risa vocals in there. I'm thinking now, like, I didn't hear that much viola, but I'd have to listen again to see. But maybe more viola. Maybe I just missed it. Not listening for it. But yeah, so I would say, yeah, like I was saying before, like when you have the clean vocals, when you do go to like do the final mix down and stuff, I would make the clean vocals like very forward and easy to follow. And then I like the way you have the screams. You know, it's like more, no, I wouldn't say incoherent, but it's like less coherent, like what you're saying specifically. And it works really good for those parts. So the contrast would be really good to have in the final mix down. Yeah, like Flat's saying there, like more Risa in the middle, like maybe some viola or something. I'm sure there is some in there and I'm not hearing it or whatever, but yeah, just like bring it up more or whatever. Yeah, but for me, that one really works structure wise and vocal wise, and I like the lead guitar layers. And yes, that solo was definitely epic. I'm not sure how you do those. Lots of coffee, I guess that's the trick. Yeah, but yeah, good stuff. Thanks for sharing today. And that brings us to the last song of the day. That's me. I am also going to share my song from Siege of Sound. This is very poppy and more poppy than I probably would normally make, but that's just kind of where the samples took me. But yeah, I'm just wondering, any feedback on this? I kind of made a weird structure to it, and I'm not really sure if that was a good idea or not. So any feedback on like the structure or the mix? Yeah, any part of it, any kind of feedback, I'd love to hear it. I do plan to release it, so yeah, anything that'll help me get it better for release, I'd love to hear it. This is called Why Not Today. right, there you have it. All right, yeah, thanks everybody for joining. Thanks for the feedback. I appreciate it. That is very poppy. It's kind of hard to know exactly how to nail that one down, but seems like everyone enjoys the vibe, so that's great. So yeah, thanks everybody for joining today and for all great music and all the great feedback. And it's weird to not have like a 2-hour marathon LCR for once. But thanks everybody, and we'll see you again next week. Hopefully we'll see William X back on Thursday, but either way, I will see you next Sunday. And happy Easter, happy 420, happy Sunday, happy Monday, and see you next time.